Hey everyone! So here's a question that might blow your mind today. What if I told you that your healthy morning glass of orange juice might actually be sabotaging your health goals? I know. You're probably thinking, come on, it's just orange juice. How bad could it be? Well, stick around because what I'm about to share with you today might completely change how you start your mornings. We're going to dive deep into the science behind orange juice. And trust me, some of these findings from recent medical studies are going to shock you. Let's start with a little history lesson that'll make you question everything. Orange juice becoming synonymous with breakfast wasn't some natural evolution of human dietary habits. It was actually one of the most successful marketing campaigns in food history. Back in the 1920s, California citrus growers had a massive problem. They were producing way more oranges than people could eat. So what did they do? They created an entire industry around liquid oranges. The real game changer came in 1942, when the US government started promoting orange juice as a patriotic duty during World War II, claiming it would keep soldiers healthy with vitamin C. But here's where it gets interesting. The frozen, concentrated orange juice industry exploded in the 1950s, and suddenly, orange juice transformed from a luxury item to a breakfast staple. Companies spent millions convincing us that no, breakfast was complete without it. Fast forward to today, and we're consuming over 700 million gallons of orange juice annually in the US alone. But was this marketing based on solid science? Let's find out. All right, let's break down what's actually in that innocent-looking glass of orange juice. On the surface, it looks pretty impressive. 1 cup of orange juice contains about 112 calories, 124% of your daily vitamin C needs, plus folate, potassium, and some antioxidants called flavonoids. But here's where things get sketchy. That same glass contains approximately 20 to 26 grams of sugar. To put that in perspective, that's nearly the same amount of sugar as a can of Coke. The World Health Organization recommends no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day for adults. 1 glass of orange juice and you're already maxed out. Now, you might be thinking, but it's natural sugar, right? Well, yes and no. The sugar in orange juice is primarily fructose. And here's the kicker. When you juice an orange, you're essentially removing all the fiber that would normally slow down sugar absorption. A study published in the British Medical Journal followed over 187,000 people for 18 years and found something fascinating. People who consumed whole fruits had a lower risk of type 2 diabetes, but those who drank fruit juice had a significantly higher risk. Let me walk you through exactly what happens in your body when you drink that morning glass of OJ, and it's honestly pretty wild. Within the first 10 minutes, that liquid sugar hits your bloodstream like a freight train. Without fiber to slow it down, your blood glucose spikes rapidly. Your pancreas goes into overdrive, pumping out insulin to deal with this sugar rush. By the 30-minute mark, you might feel energized. But here's what's really happening. Your liver is working overtime to process all that fructose. Unlike glucose, fructose can only be metabolized by your liver, and when it's overwhelmed, it starts converting excess fructose into fat through a process called lipogenesis. Fast forward to about 2 hours later, and this is where it gets really interesting. That insulin spike has now caused your blood sugar to crash below baseline levels. You know that mid-morning energy slump you sometimes get? That's your body literally craving more sugar to get back to normal levels. It's a vicious cycle that keeps you reaching for more sweet stuff throughout the day. A landmark study from Harvard School of Public Health tracked 51,529 women for 22 years and found that women who consumed 1 or more servings of fruit juice daily had an 18% higher risk of type 2 diabetes compared to those who consumed less than 1 serving per month. Now, let's talk about who should actually be drinking orange juice and who should probably steer clear. First, the people who might benefit. If you're an endurance athlete who's about to embark on a long training session, that quick hit of glucose and fructose can actually be beneficial for immediate energy. The vitamin C content is also genuinely helpful if you're recovering from an illness or have a compromised immune system. But here's the reality check. Most of us fall into the category of people who should probably avoid it. If you're trying to lose weight, manage diabetes, or have any issues with insulin resistance, orange juice is essentially liquid candy. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who replaced 1 serving of fruit juice with whole fruit reduced their type 2 diabetes risk by 7%. Children are another group where we need to be extra careful. The American Academy of Pediatrics now recommends limiting juice intake for kids because excessive consumption has been linked to childhood, obesity, and dental problems. The natural acids in orange juice can also erode tooth enamel over time. If you're still determined to drink orange juice, timing can make a huge difference. The absolute worst time to drink it, first thing in the morning, on an empty stomach. This is when your insulin sensitivity is already lower, and that sugar hit will set you up for a day of blood sugar roller coasters. The better option, if you must have it, is during or immediately after a meal that contains protein, healthy fats, and fiber. These nutrients can help slow down sugar absorption. Some studies suggest that consuming orange juice around workout times might be less harmful because your muscles can quickly utilize that glucose for energy. But honestly, the best time to drink orange juice is probably never, or at most, occasionally, as a treat rather than a daily habit. If you're going to drink orange juice, pairing it with the right foods can minimize its negative impact. Think protein-rich foods like Greek yogurt, eggs, or nuts. The protein helps slow down sugar absorption and provides satiety. Fiber-rich foods are your best friend here. Think oatmeal, chia seeds, or whole grain toast. Some people find that adding a tablespoon of fiber supplement to their orange juice can help mitigate the blood sugar spike, though at that point, you might want to ask yourself, if you're just making a complicated problem out of a simple solution. Let's talk about what happens when you're a long-term orange juice drinker versus someone who decides to quit cold turkey. Chronic orange juice consumption has been linked to several concerning health outcomes. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine followed over 13,000 adults and found that people who consumed more than 12 ounces of fruit juice daily had a 24% higher risk of early death from any cause. The researchers suggested this was primarily due to the metabolic effects of excessive sugar consumption. Long-term daily consumption can lead to insulin resistance, increased visceral fat, elevated triglycerides, and what researchers call fatty liver disease. Your taste buds also become desensitized to natural sweetness, making you crave increasingly sweeter foods. But here's the good news. When people quit drinking juice, the benefits can be pretty remarkable. A study in the journal Nutrients found that people who eliminated fruit juice from their diet for just 4 weeks saw significant improvements in insulin sensitivity and reductions in liver fat. Many people report better energy levels within the first week of quitting as their blood sugar stabilizes. After a month, weight loss often becomes noticeable, and after 3 months, many people find their cravings for sweet foods have dramatically decreased. Look, I'm not here to completely demonize orange juice, but I want you to make informed decisions about what you're putting in your body. The science is pretty clear that whole fruits are superior to fruit juices in almost every way. If you love citrus in the morning, try eating an actual orange or adding lemon to your water. You'll get many of the same nutrients plus valuable fiber, and you'll avoid that sugar roller coaster that can derail your entire day. Remember, just because something is marketed as healthy doesn't mean it actually is. The orange juice industry has done an incredible job convincing us that their product is essential for health. But the research tells a different story. Your body will thank you for making the switch from liquid sugar to whole foods. Start small if you need to. Maybe cut your usual serving in half and see how you feel. Pay attention to your energy levels, your cravings, and how satisfied you feel throughout the day. What changes will you make starting tomorrow morning? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video opened your eyes to something new, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more evidence-based health content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.